Toronto home prices are tanking as people abandon this turbulent market. Now, this is an article written on BlogTO that just came out about a day ago, and I'm here to tell you guys why we should be taking this article more serious than what it is, besides all the clickbaity headline. If this is your first time on this channel, my name is Sid Sur from Team Sur Real Estate. I help clients with buying, selling, leasing, investing, as well as first access to pre-construction condos. So I actually want to dive right into this article because I find it really interesting. Now, mind you, a lot of what BlogTO and a lot of these social media, news companies like to do is put a lot of clickbaity stuff out there. Look, I get it, okay? I get that they're a business and they want to drive traffic onto their website and they need clickbaity articles, but this one just completely takes the cake. But once I actually went in and read it, yes, I get drawn to clickbaity stuff all the time. So I did go in and read the article. It actually is scarier than you think because initial thought would tell you, oh, clickbait, it's probably a bunch of nonsense because one week they're talking about prices soaring and the next week they're talking about prices tanking. So a lot of people tend to just ignore and not even read the article. But I'm here to tell you guys that there's a lot of concern with what's going on in the Toronto real estate market, not just now, but also in the future. And I'll get to that in a second. But let's go into the article. It says buyers are pulling away from Toronto real estate market. New home prices are on the decline and experts are pinning the blame, at least in part, on continued interest rate hikes by the Bank of Canada. Now, just to give you guys some context, this article is actually talking about new homes and new home developments rather than resale homes that already exist on the market. So this is all new home stats that they're talking about. The Building Industry and Land Development Association, known as BUILD, announced on Monday that the Greater Toronto Area new market experienced declining prices in June, while sales fell below the 10-year average. Look, it's no surprise that there's been a slowdown in the market. Interest rates have started to go back up again. The bank did 2 consecutive rate hikes, which brought a lot of uncertainty back into the market, and then buyers took a back seat again. Coupled with the fact that it's a summer month, seasonally, it is a slow time in real estate. So that has also contributed to the slowdown. And the same goes for the new home sector as well, the pre-construction sector, if we want to call it that. So yes, on a 10-year average, we have slowed down, sales have slowed down. So the 2,526 new homes sold in June actually marked a 32% increase year over year and a slight bump over last month's numbers. So what they're saying is year over year, sales have actually gone up 32%, and they've also gone up since last month. So sales are actually up year over year, but on a 10-year average, they're really low. And then it goes on to say that condos, stacked townhomes, and lofts represented the majority of these sales, accounting for over 1,950 units. Similarly, a generous year-over-year increase of 11% was overshadowed by a 21% dip below the 10-year average. So essentially saying that, on a 10-year time frame, sales are incredibly low on average, but year-over-year numbers are up. Of course, we know that last year, especially during the summer of last year, things were completely slow. I mean, real estate came into a screeching halt. Values were dipping. I mean, it was more of a market correction than anything else. And things started picking up again back earlier this year in March, April, and May because the bank decided to hold rates. And it was a frenzy in the market again. But now that rates have started to go up again, there's that uncertainty back in the market and buyers are again in a holding pattern. So going back to this article, just shy of 570 single-family homes were sold region-wide in June, and here's where the numbers get really wonky. New houses sold in June were up a stratospheric 256% year over year. Wow. But still managed to sit a shocking 49% below the 10-year average for that month. A decline in sales, at least using long-term metrics, could spike, coupled with a spike in inventory, has what BUILD describes as a softening impact on prices. Here's where I want to really get down to why I think this is extremely serious news, especially long-term, because we rely on new home inventory in this market, specifically the GTA. When new homes are built, we know that there's going to be supply in the market. If new homes are not being built, then we know there's going to be a lack of supply in the future. Homes, low-rise homes like detached, semis, townhouses, they take about anywhere from 12 to 18 months to build. That's the turnaround time, and condos will take anywhere from 3 to 4 years, depending on how tall the tower is. Now, why that's important is this. Majority of pre-construction properties, whether it's condos, stacked towns, semis, detached homes, they're all pre-sold by the builder because the builder has to sell a certain amount in order to go get financing to start the construction process. If sales are declining, that means builders won't be able to build. And if builders are not able to build, then there's no new inventory coming into the market. And if there's no new inventory coming into the market in the future, the existing inventory, the already low supply, coupled with this crazy demand that we have in the GTA, is again going to have serious consequences on the long-term prices in the GTA, specifically in Toronto. I mean, if we feel that prices are unaffordable now, prices are going to be incredibly unaffordable in 3 to 4 years. We all know what the immigration numbers are like. Last year, Canada took in 1 million people. This includes immigrants, foreign students, foreign workers, and refugees. All of these people are going to need a place to stay. Yes, most of these people are not just going to come here and buy real estate right off the gate, but they are going to jump into the rental market. And again, rents are skyrocketing right now. And in order for us to accommodate the increase in demand that's coming, because those renters also turn into buyers, and we have an already short supply, we are currently 50,000 homes short every single year in Ontario. So if we add to that inventory cut even shorter than that, if there's even lower inventory coming because sales are slow, that's going to create low inventory in the future. So what does that roughly translate to? It translates to prices going through the roof again. When rates do start coming down eventually and there's a low supply in a couple of years, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. The prices of the existing property types are all going to start climbing up again. Now, quite frankly, a lot of clients always tell me, Sid, pre-construction is really expensive. And I agree, pre-construction is quite expensive. If you compare it to the resale counterparts, they're anywhere between 25 to 30%, sometimes even 40% more expensive than their resale counterparts. But there's a whole other reason for that, and that's a whole other video. In fact, I do have a video that covers why pre-construction condos are expensive that I'm going to link here. But the point is this. Pre-construction is going to continue to get even more expensive. Yes, prices are softened a little bit right now because there is excess inventory in the pre-construction market. But once demand comes back from the sidelines, all that inventory is going to be absorbed again. But what we need right now is more housing, and that is the core issue of why pricing is so unaffordable in the Greater Toronto Area. So the only solution to our housing unaffordability crisis that we have in this province, specifically the GTA, is to just build more housing. We need more housing and we need it faster. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And of course, don't forget to like. Let me know in the comments what you think the future of Toronto real estate holds. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.